Hi everybody, and welcome to another installment of Tracy's 1980s Laundromat. Today I'm going to be discussing two products actually that were put out by the Clorox company in the 80s. Clorox PreWash, as you see 4 bottles here, and Clorox 2, which had been around since, if I'm not mistaken, the late 60s, early 70s is when Clorox 2 came out. Clorox PreWash came out in 1980. Anyway, about these, my fascination with this one, I really can't explain it. I just know that I loved this bottle so much. The design, it was just really cool and had a little pump on the top of it. I just thought it was a really cool design that they came up with. And obviously the bright colors, really cool, really nice. I have an advertisement right here for Clorox PreWash. I don't know if you can see that. It's like when the big stains need a big name, Clorox PreWash. So they say. Anyway, I'm not really sure exactly what it is that drew me to this one. Maybe it was the fact that my mom would never buy it, and I really wanted it. And I actually remember a day when I was in elementary school. Actually, I hadn't started elementary school yet. We had taken my sister to drop her off at school, and the secretary from the office came running out to the car. And she had this bottle with her. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of these. And she brought it to me and said she wanted to give it to me because she knew that I collected them. So word had already gotten out that I collected them before I was even 5 years old. So that was really nice of her to do that. So because that was the only way I was ever going to get the bottle, because my mom just was not going to buy it. Anyway, this one is the refill size, which is 24 fluid ounces. This one is the original bottle that came out in 1980, and it was 16 fluid ounces. And this one, which is my favorite one, I think it's because it's a darker blue than the other ones. Maybe, I'm not sure. This one was from, I want to say, it says copyright Clorox Company 1980, but I'm pretty sure this one's from 1985 because the ad is 1985 and it's got the exact same design and bottle. And this is when it started to go south, when they introduced the little squeeze pump on the top, instead of the actual squirt bottle. So they stopped making it altogether. I want to say in the late 80s, early 90s, they just said, to heck with it. We're not going to make it anymore. They still make Clorox 2 to this day. This one right here. I'm not sure if it's the same formula or not. If I'm not mistaken, this contains phosphorus as well. So anyway, let's take a look at a commercial for Clorox PreWash and then take a look at one for Clorox 2.
For getting Monday's spaghetti sauce out of Wednesday's laundry, Janet Fox, you've earned your stripes. For taking that ink spot and writing it off, Barbara Ford, you've earned your stripes. And so has Clorox PreWash. No pre-wash works harder to break a stain's grip on fabric and pull it out in the wash than the one that's earned the name Clorox, a name that means clean. In the fight against stains, earn your stripes with Clorox PreWash.
So maybe it was that advertisement they got to me, earn your stripes, where they're all holding the bottles up to their arms and stuff, earn your stripes. I really wanted one of those little patches that looked like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Nothing fabulous or interesting on the back, just shows you how to open it and how you're supposed to puncture it and so forth to make it work. Now, some of them have these little guards on here, which were, I guess it's a child safety mechanism, so children couldn't open them. So if you try to turn it, it won't, this thing just spins around. Apparently, they got rid of it because obviously they introduced the pump, and then this one right here, it just screws off. It doesn't have the little thing on it to keep it from screwing off. It may have had it at one point, but I'm guessing who owned it or used it previously did not keep it on there. It was annoying. Anyway, really cool mechanism. You just squirt and spray. Not sure how the product ever worked. Never got to experience it firsthand. Clorox 2 I've used before. I really don't notice a difference in brighter colors when I use it. I'm not sure if it's another marketing gimmick, whatever. This one's interesting because it's still got the price sticker on the top, which says it costs $1.73. And this one right here is the coin bin size that you would buy in the laundromat, which I'm guessing this one's probably from the 70s because it doesn't have a date on it. It says, actually it does have a date on it. is 1970. So this one is from 1970, and it's still got the powder in it, still full. Again, not something I'm tempted to try, not something I'm tempted to open. I've never been tempted to open any of my packages if they have something in them, unless the packaging is suffering from the product eating through it, or, you know, whatever, because it gets so old and the chemicals break down and it just does not hold up well. So when I got these bottles, I bought all of this that you see here on eBay. I think it was these two, because these are the older ones. This one still has a little safety, little mechanism on the top that pops right off and goes back on. I knocked it off. Sorry. When they made these, when I got these, I should say, they were disgusting. They were covered like with motor oil and stuff. And I'm so lucky that it didn't damage the actual labels on them, because these have a little bit of curling going on to the front of them. And I'm guessing it's where they got wet or whatever. And something interesting about these was these were combustibles, actually. At least when these two right here, because they say specifically on the back, it's caution, it's combustible mixture. And I'm not sure exactly what this says. New York Fire Department, container approved by New York City. Really? Non-aerosol. Okay. Of course it's non-aerosol. Anyway, let's take a look at the Clorox 2 commercial. Like, I didn't want to put them back to back. So, because they're obviously two different products, but the packaging looks very similar on both of them. So let's take a look at a commercial for Clorox 2 right now.
Mama keeps yellow dandy like a dandelion. Mama keeps white bright like the sunshine. Mama keeps blue twinkling like a rise dew. Mama's got the magic of Clorox 2.
Clorox 2 all-fabric bleach does more than brighten whites. It removes stains and amplifies bright colors, brings colors back to life.
Mama's got the magic of Clorox 2.
And now there's new liquid Clorox 2, the liquid bleach that keeps colors bright and pretty.
Okay, that was pretty cool, right? I love those commercials. They always get to me. Before I was actually able to buy up packaging like this, I had to settle for Good Housekeeping magazines. I would buy a bunch of Good Housekeeping magazines from the 80s, and I would just keep the ads out of those. So, you know, it was something to get me through until I could actually own the physical product in my hands. And owning them is really cool to own. Like I said, it may be considered weird to some people, but I absolutely love them. They decorate my laundry room perfectly. They're a great compliment. Again, it's one thing that you can find on. As a matter of fact, I know there's some active right now on eBay for these bottles. At least one of these designs you'll find. And it's really easy to find. You just look up Clorox PreWash. Clorox 2 is always on there, but I have never seen another box that wasn't in horrible condition. People on there are still trying to sell them, even though like the entire front of the top is ripped off, or the top completely is ripped off. I didn't want that. I wanted the box as it was, as it's supposed to be. This one is empty. It has been used. Someone punctured in the side here, you know, and used it off. But it still smells great. It still smells like Clorox 2 used to smell. Clorox 2 does not smell like that anymore because the formula was changed by Clorox. Still owned and distributed by the Clorox company, obviously. This one was discontinued. This one is still made. You can still buy this one today. Other than that, I think I've pretty much gone over everything I can about this one. In my next episode, I'm going to be talking about Oxidol. I've only got one product to show for Oxidol, but I have, I think, an advertisement as well. I'll bring that in as well. So until then, thank you, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye-bye.